Hi, everyone. This title is Your Environment. As you can see in the video, the little fishes are all swimming about, and that's underwater, right? It's a totally different environment altogether. You know that you're made with lungs and you are meant to breathe the air, not water, in a respect that you can breathe underwater. Well, some people learn to, right? But you can't stay there forever. It's not your natural environment. The way that you actually live your life, you will know when you're suffocating, when you're supposed to be, when you are in the environment that comes natural to you. It's your natural state. We go from transitions in our life. We have different modes of operation that we will have to deal with in our life as we travel through life. And that mode of operations always keep you breathing. When God made man, one important aspect that made man become a living soul was God breathed into him. They've done studies and they actually said that the human being breathes in and out in such a manner that he actually songs, his breath is like Yah, way. And they said the breath is similar to God's name, Yah, which means puma, breath, right? God is spirit. And as he created everything, his very creative aspects finds the transitional, how can I put it, the medium through the breath. Whatever situation you're in, if it has taken your breath away, it's causing you to breathe more heavily. It's causing you to become more where you're gasping. You're not in your natural environment. People will exercise and do many things. And the thing is that when the lungs are working, what the lungs do, it pumps air, and the air actually goes through the blood because the blood needs oxygen, right? And it is able to pump through the arteries to the heart. It is the same way with your life. When your life is living from heart, not from hurt, from the heart, you will have a natural rhythm, breath rhythm, right? And that's why the one thing that prayer, it is such an important part of your life-given force. That the more still you are, the more you breathe and you talk to God, God is able to breathe and speak back to you. That's how he made you. He breathes into you. And he breathes not just his breath, but his words. If you ever get an opportunity, you put your hand close to your mouth and start to speak. You'll see how much of your words are breaths. The breath, the background, the hand is the palm is a background of feeling breath as you speak. And I found that the more work up you becomes, and some words have a deeper breath behind it. It's not the kind of breath that is peaceful, but is an unpeaceful breath, air that is no good. Jesus says that the things that not the things that goes into a person that defiles them, but the things that comes out from the heart, right? And I really do believe that just as you have a human heart, you also have a soul heart that relies very heavily on the fact that you are not allowing your body to control your rhythm of life. The majority of the things that we do and we live for in this existence, if you pay close attention to, it's for the body. It's comforts, it's safety. And some people have learned to master, let's say, for instance, some people early in the morning will get up and take cold showers. in some respect to have a discipline for shock in the body, but it's supposed to be healthy, by the way, because it opens up your pores and so on and so forth. But because it creates a certain kind of discipline, it's mind over matter. I've discovered that I'm not a very big guy, but I discovered that when I throughout the years I learned not to lift stuff or do strenuous work through my body rhythm, but through my soul. And I found I was able to pick up stuff that people would look over and they would even, of course, they would project their inadequacies and their helplessness that they have, of course. And I was able to do it without even flinching because I discovered, and I'm still learning this too, because it really does work, that your soul is much more powerful than any body. They've even shown stories of videos of small people lifting cars when in the time of moments of desperation. They call it the I forgot the name of it anyway. But where the body's able to work up a certain amount of power that comes out of nowhere. You can accomplish anything in your life if you don't if you learn, I could say, how to discipline your body not to control the wave or the way the air moves through your life. And in any environment that you're in, the atmosphere is controlled by air. Some people have stale air. They even come in, they'll choke the air out of the atmosphere just by their presence. It is up to you as you grow in your life that you learn how to breathe correctly and breathe with a certain rhythm. That it comes down to even learning that's the first step. If you're young, I wish I would have learned this when I was younger, is that listen to the temperament of your breath. And if something you're taking on, let's see, people will go and study and do on all sort of stuff, and they actually live for stress, and they think that's what they call living. They actually believe struggle is the mode of operation to their existence. Come later on in their life, they discover that the struggle and the breath being taken away was the very thing that was telling them that they were going on the wrong path. You have many choices to make, and even that's a breath. When you make a choice, the breath of it's a easy breath, or one that's where you gasping when you're breathing in. And the more intake of air that you take in comparison to letting out causes you to suffocate. I don't know how much sense I made with this, but it is so important that the breath that you're taking in your life, I'll just can backtrack a little bit. The people will take off in their life to have a vacation, and then after they're done with it, they go right back to the very thing that's taking their air out from them. And then there's a lot of people who find work, things to do in their life that pays them well, that they don't need to take a vacation. They can say life is a vacation, right? They vacated the noise, the removal of breath that the common people follow after. And the multitudes will teach you how to take your breath away because they're doing it all the time. And when it comes down even to projection, when people are projecting stuff onto you, you'll discover the majority of the times they're literally stale air. They're still holding on to old air, and they're never fresh. They're never anew. They're never light. And if you were to look at breath, you can't see it. And when it's a cold day and you blow out the breath that you're breathing in, you learn to appreciate breath. I mean, it's so light. It is so light. Breath is so light. And I mean, I'm learning. So in the video, I'm trying to bring forth an inspiration. Inspire actually means that just that breath, air, to become an air being instead of a physical being. You actually learn to live your life with the, how can I put it, with the ease and the beauty of the turtle on the screen right now, or the tortoise. How it's so calmly just going along and allowing the water, the same way how breath, the air is to us. This tortoise or turtle is just allowing the water to take it. So I'm gonna leave you with that. Breath is readily available. Let it take you. You don't have to control it. Let it control you. And that's a lesson for every one of us to learn. And it really does come down to, if you're in a good place in your life that where you're not struggling, and you have money, which is money's like breath in a way, because it is energy, right? Energy, when you talk energy, you're talking air, power, right? That which breathes. If you are in a position in your life to restudy your life, I would say just do just that and listen to the rhythm of your breath. And one sure way of knowing and understanding how breath works and getting right in the rightful place is the same way this tortoise is just flapping, allowing the water to carry it. The same way an eagle does, allow the wind to carry it. That's also what breath is too, wind. Is that spend a lot of time in prayer, and don't spend time with people who are still holding their breath, because once again there's stale air. So you have a good day, and do like and subscribe. Air is something we take too lightly in our gratitude for it. Listen to it. You will know when you're breathing correctly or when you're not breathing right. Have a good day. Thank you.